Hey, in today's grammar lesson, we are looking at conditionals, specifically the zero conditional. We're going to look at what it is, how to make it, and how to use it. So let's get started. So what are conditionals? Conditionals are the grammatical structures we use to talk about things that could maybe happen in a situation, things that might have happened in a past situation, or things that we wish would happen in a future situation. So there are different kinds of conditionals for different situations. We have different conditionals in English. We have the first conditional, the second conditional, the third conditional, and the zero conditional, which we are talking about today. So let's focus just on the zero conditional to start off with. I will make lessons about all of the conditionals, so make sure you check those out. But today, the zero conditional. So first of all, what is the zero conditional and what is it for? So the zero conditional describes a condition or a situation that always has the same result, okay? So basically, when A happens, B happens as a result, okay? So this situation or this condition causes the same result all the time, all right? For example, if you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. If you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. The condition is heating water to 100 degrees Celsius, and the result, the water boils, okay? This situation never has a different result. Another example, if I drink coffee in the evening, I cannot sleep. Okay, if I drink coffee in the evening, I cannot sleep. So the condition here is me drinking coffee and the result in the evening, and the result is I cannot sleep. So this condition always has the same result. Let's look at how to form or make the zero conditional. So the zero conditional has two parts. You have the if clause and the result clause. Now, the word clause just means piece of a sentence, all right? So your if clause is the piece of your sentence with the word if, okay? And then the result clause is just the piece of your sentence with the result, the part of your sentence that talks about the result. So we have if clause and result clause, all right? And in your if clause, you use the word if plus your condition, okay, or the situation in present simple tense, okay? If and the present simple condition or situation. And then in your result clause, you write your result in present simple again, okay? For example, if I drink coffee in the evening, so if the condition is I drink coffee in the evening, present simple, the result is I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep, okay? So again, the result is just stated in present simple. So you have if this condition happens, then this result happens. With the zero conditional, you don't have to use the word will. And we use the zero conditional specifically to talk about scientific facts, okay, because they always have the same result. Or like in this example, personal habits that always have the same result. So the result is always the same for me. In this condition, the result is always the same for me personally. If I drink coffee in the evening, I cannot sleep, okay? So this is a common way that you can use the zero conditional in your life to talk about results of your personal habits, all right? So you know the basic structure to create the zero conditional. There are three more points I want you to keep in mind. First of all, you can replace the word if with when. So instead of saying, if I drink coffee in the evening, I cannot sleep, you can say, When I drink coffee in the evening, I cannot sleep. Okay? If I drink coffee in the evening, I can't sleep. Or when I drink coffee in the evening, I can't sleep. These two examples are exactly the same. So with the zero conditional, you can usually use if or you can use when. Okay. The second point is that you can change the order of your clauses. So you can start your sentence with the if clause, or you can start your sentence with the result. So for example, if I drink coffee in the evening, I can't sleep. Or I can't sleep if I drink coffee in the evening. Both of these are exactly the same. We just change the order of the clauses, but the meaning doesn't change, okay? This is just if you want some variety in your sentences and you don't want to repeat the same structure all the time, you can change the order sometimes. The third point is you can use unless in your zero conditionals. Unless means if not, okay? If not. So for example, if he does not wear sunscreen, he burns. If he does not wear sunscreen, he burns, okay? So let's use unless here. He burns unless he wears sunscreen. He burns unless he wears sunscreen. Or unless he wears sunscreen, he burns. Unless he wears sunscreen, he burns. Okay, so these are 3 points to keep in mind when you are practicing the structure or the form of the zero conditional. Now let's take a look at some more very common examples of how you can use the zero conditional. Okay, so the first example is, if your order is damaged, the company replaces it for free. This is a company policy, so the condition is if your order is damaged, and the result is always the same, the company replaces it. Imagine if you order a product online and it arrives at your door and it's damaged, you get a free replacement. The second one, if Mark eats dairy products, he feels sick. So dairy products are anything made with milk like ice cream or yogurt. Maybe Mark is lactose intolerant, meaning he can't have milk products. So every time he has them, he feels sick. The third example, if students fail the exam, they fail the entire class. So in this example, this is probably a policy of the school or the class itself. So the result is always the same. Students must pass the final exam in order to pass the class. If I don't know the way, I use my GPS. So every time I'm lost, the same result, I use my GPS. If you have no gas, your car won't run. Again, the result is always the same. Your car can never run without gas. Okay, the next example. When there's too much snow, schools are closed. This example is true in cold countries like Canada. There are snow days when there's too much snow. When he's mad, he doesn't answer his phone. When the elevator is too full, the doors don't close. So again, every time the elevator is too full, the result is the doors don't close. When I call my dog, he comes. So my dog is well trained. Every single time I call him, he comes running to me. And when she's wrong, she gets defensive. So pause here if you need to and reread these examples. These are really, really common and realistic examples, so you can get an idea of how to use them in real life and in real conversations. Now let's do a little bit of practice so you can complete these examples for yourself. The first one, when I don't understand something, okay, so what do you do if you don't understand something? Or what do you do when you don't understand something? The second one, when I get upset. So what do you do when you get upset? What do you do if you get upset? How do you react? The third one, when I don't reach my goals or if I don't reach my goals. And if I eat or drink a certain food. So whenever you eat or drink a certain food or a certain drink, what happens? This could be a food allergy or a reaction that you have to certain foods or certain drinks. You can leave your answers down below in the comments to these 4 examples. So there you have it. That is how you use the zero conditional in English. So leave us some examples down below. And if you have any questions, leave those down below as well. Thank you so much for watching and for learning with me. And I'll see you soon in the next lesson.